So Lane, recently a movie came out, The Amazing Digital Circus, The Final Act. And I know you haven't seen any of it, but I recently watched all of it down when I was at the beach house. One of my friends made me watch all of it. I really enjoyed it. And I'll say, based off of like the creators' experiences and like what they've said about Jax, the main character of the movie, and like I'd say like at least the deuterotagonist of like the series, like on its whole, right, is like pretty canonically trans femme, and like there's a large discussion about this on Twitter, where because we only ever I haven't seen the movie, so like I can't really give too like I don't know deep I guess of an insight on this, but like a lot of what happens in the series is like pretty obvious like readings off of this, but you're only ever dealing with like the avatars for like these people, right? So you're only ever seeing like their characters, because the idea is they've been their brains have been scanned and then like uploaded into an AI, which essentially is there to keep their brains like alive and still active, so that they can like eventually come back to a human host, and like that's like what they're trapped in now, essentially.
Okay.
And I don't know. I think a lot of the controversy around trans femme Jax is the idea that throughout the series they use he/him pronouns the entire time. I don't know if that changes in the movie, but like it's very much so. There's like a few things that point to it being like a repressed egg type situation, you know.
Sure.
And I think it's I don't know. I think it's super interesting, but I also think that the number of people who can look at that and read it, like take different reads from it, which are like so just shockingly similar. At a certain point, I don't know. Like I think transness is kind of like a part of the human condition, like understanding that, and like
Sure.
it's I don't know. I think the community is pretty annoying about like people saying that it has to be like I don't know. I've seen people say that like it can't be read that way. I don't know. I think it's pretty not even subtextual. I think there's a lot of text where it's just like, oh, all right, like this. Yeah, this makes sense.
Well, isn't the author? I know nothing, like very very little about this show, but isn't the author a trans woman? Question mark or
yes,
a trans person
yes,
at the very least?
yeah.
Yeah. So like, doesn't seem that far fetched that there would be a trans
Also,
character. Yeah.
This character was so there's another character who is like by text trans. They can like replace all of their body parts, and they're trying to find like because it's their avatar in the virtual world, and they're trying to find parts that like fit them better. And I was talking to one of my friends about this because I was talking about like the trans femme Jax theory, and like he was like, oh well. You know, like Zooble is trans, right? Like that's like literally like their thing is like they.
You know the
I was like, oh,
you know the curtains for Zusha. That's me right now as you're talking through this.
No,
you don't know this meme? That's crazy. That's crazy. It's. I'll send it to you. You keep talking, but I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's I feel like the main point of the series is like, oh, okay, well, like. Yeah, isolation and like being unwilling to, I guess, connect with others is like will like actually lead you insane.
Please read this out loud.
Damian Owens tweets, "I'm 50. All celebrity news looks like this. Curtains for Zusha. K-Smog and Batboy caught flipping a grunt." Which I agree with. The character names are supposed to be. Yeah, well, the character names are supposed to be weird.
You sound like Emma Stone in Begonia. I agree. Anyway,
I agree. Yeah. Let's work on finding an amicable agreement here, guys. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, part of the character is that like they don't remember their names from before they were like, and their brains were scanned, entered into it, yada yada. There's a lot of stuff where it's like, even I think the most like rigid reading of it, or like. I don't know, the most anti-trans reading is still kind of inherently trans. Just I think that the idea of like trans consciousness, being able to like upload your consciousness to a different media, is like already so like past like the idea of like, physically changing your body, right?
You should actually legitimately straight up put a pin in this until next week.
Okay.
Let's talk about this next week. Instead, this is We Want to Watch. My name's Lane. That's Ricky. I'm here with my co-host, who is talking about things that he needs to hold off on for one more week until next week's episode, because this is Pride Month.
Do I look like I'm negotiating?
And this month we're talking about movies that have pride-related LGBT themes, or could have an LGBT reading, perhaps, if you take a look.
Okay. Yeah.
But hold off on. Well, do you want me to tell you why now? Or...
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay, I'll bleep this. But next week, so you should hold off on exactly the line of thinking you were talking about. So
yeah. Well, okay. I was thinking of it in terms of the movie we did last week or 2 weeks ago. Last week, Becoming John Malkovich.
Being John Malkovich, but yes.
Being John Malkovich.
Becoming John Malkovich is the sequel, actually.
Yeah. But I had referenced that when I was talking to my friend about it.
Fair, yeah.
And like it is, because a lot of it's very like I don't know. I'll hold off.
We'll talk more. We'll talk more. See, if you had just watched the fucking Backrooms, we could have talked about that, and it would have been fine. But instead, you have to go blow our load for our last week of Pride Month.
Sorry.
But no, it's good. It's good. I'm glad you're thinking of it. This week, instead, we watched 2 movies. Happy Together from 1997, directed by Wong Kar-Wai, and Fight Club, you heard of it, from 1999, directed by David Fincher. I'm just gonna say this. Complete airball on my part, fucking programming these 2 together. Just a complete fucking swing and a miss. I suck. This was on me.
What order did you watch these in? I want to ask.
I mean, I've seen Fight Club many times. So this was not new to me, but I had not seen Happy Together. I watched it first. And then, because I try to watch them in chronological order when there's 2.
Yeah.
What order did you watch?
I did not watch these in chronological.
Okay.
I had watched Fight Club first, and then Happy Together later.
That's crazy. That sucks. I'm sorry. That's a terrible. I don't know, or maybe not. Maybe that is the right way to do it.
No, it wasn't great, man. Well, because I was like, I read like a bit of the tagline for Happy Together, and I thought it would be closer to In the Mood for Love.
Yeah.
Or at least something. Yeah, like I thought the vibe would be a little bit less harsh.
Yeah. Do you want to start with Happy Together? Because I think. Milo is perched up in the background like the fucking Dark Knight right now on top of your bookshelf, just lording his cute little fucking ears poking out. They're so cute. God, I love Milo.
He was real funny earlier. I was like petting Oreo on one of the couches, and he had to go in between 2 of the couches, and he like scurried by. I saw him like looking up a few times, like he was. He's like the bison from the Lion King, right? They're like, ooh, like can we go fast? And then he like, I don't know, he runs by like a cartoon, and Oreo is just like chilling the entire time. And I was like, dude, like
he is kind of a cartoon.
Don't have to do that. Like, he's very much so a cartoon. He's doing Batman Begins 2006.
Yeah, he is
right now.
2006.
He's giving Batman Begins.
I think
maybe 2004.
I think 2005. Let's see. Do you want to start with...
Is that the animated series? Is that what we're talking about?
No, Batman Begins is the Nolan movie from 2005. You're thinking of like Batman the Animated Series or something. I don't know. I'm not a...
Yes, yeah, that's probably what it's called.
Yeah. Do you want to start with Happy Together? Because I do think that Fight Club will probably have more to say. And I think, not that I want to get Happy Together out of the way, but I think this is airball of a pairing on my part, but also I totally bounced off this movie. Like I was not engaged by it at all, really. I feel terrible saying that because people like it, but
I'm a bit thankful that you said that because I also bounced off of it.
Yeah.
And I tried it twice.
Because, really?
Okay. I watched it. I watched the first half through, and I think it was like an hour after I had watched Fight Club, right?
Tough.
And I was like watching it. I was like, ooh, especially jarring. I think it's kind of funny because like the byline between these is like different forms of like toxic masculinity in a way, right?
Yeah.
So
maybe not
like how that
airball,
like.
But yeah.
Not a complete airball, but like, I mean, the way that it affects like love, how you love yourself, how you love others, how you show that. And then like this movie is more like working past that. In the second half, at least, there is a bit of like, oh, okay, he's like, maybe coming to more of a better understanding of like treating himself like well enough to pick people who, really care for him, yada yada. Yeah, which is nice and like definitely like feels better than Fight Club. But I did not get to the second half on the first time viewing this, and I was like super tough. And I had to watch it like the next day with like a sort of like blank slate mindset, and still didn't. I thought that like I would like the first half more because like I did the same thing with Kar-Wai, and like I was like, oh, maybe I'll like it again a little bit more. Watching it more relaxed. It just didn't.
Ricky is
really
literally
click for
tugging
me.
at his collar right now. I know you're just itching your shoulder, but you're like, I don't know, it didn't really click.
It does look like that. I've got sunburn actually. I'm like pulling my skin.
Okay,
off.
I thought it was. I thought you looked red. I was like, are you just? Is it the lighting from my new laptop or?
No.
Yikes. You gotta. I've given you sunscreen. I gave you sunscreen before. That's fucked up.
So
that you have sunburn.
I forgot to bring. I even had it. I saw it as soon as I got home. I was like, dude, I'm a dumbass. I didn't bring it, and then on the second day, the first day, like we were out there, I got sunburned, and like I got sunburned on half my face. The second day, on like Sunday morning,
the other half,
where it was like. Yeah, so I was like, oh, actually, I found this color-correcting sunscreen, and it's, like, green. So it's, like, it's for if you already have sunburn, it color-corrects it, and then it's also sunscreen. So I color-corrected half of my face.
You're
like,
so
I did, like, the Harvey
stupid.
Dent thing.
You're so
and then, like, I tried to even it out, you know?
Honestly, I don't even. If you're listening to this show, stop. Do anything else. I'm pissed off, Lane. I'm sorry you have to edit this episode. This sucks. I can't believe you.
This sucks, man.
No, I hear you. I can totally see like thinking like, oh, I just need to be in the right wavelength. Coming off of Fight Club to watch this, but this movie it's slight. Does that make sense? As like a like.
Yes.
I think In the Mood for Love is a natural comparison point, right? It's this other movie that we've watched for this show, and I kind of was expecting something like that too, like this extremely sensual, like kind of complex psychological thing. Instead, this movie feels very elusive and very, like hard to kind of lock into or find something that's really there to like sink your teeth into. And you know, the male alienation or like toxic masculinity, whatever you want to call it, like the male alienation was my thought of like linking these two movies together. But because like you said, the tagline for this is like lonely people are all the same, I think is the like log line of the movie. So I was thinking that too, but yeah, I also was like, man, this is really tough to like break into.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is that it's displaying emotions that are like way tougher to tag into and like way more volatile than like In the Mood for Love, because and maybe not volatile, but like not less interesting, but less like cohesive to see on the screen, because like it is a lot of like agitation, indignation, but like still mixed with like a begrudging love at times, right? It's like it sort of like plays around on the edge of that, where it's like, well, and like how I know this is like said in another movie. I think it's a Fincher film too, but it's like we accept the love that like we believe we deserve or whatever.
That doesn't sound like a David Fincher thing to say, but maybe.
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. But yeah,
that is from The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Okay, well, close. Okay,
David Fincher's The Perks of Being.
Who's the director on that one? It's okay. Who is that? David Foster Wallace.
No,
huh?
What the fuck are you saying?
No? Okay, alright.
Do you even know who David Foster Wallace is?
Yeah, he wrote Infinite Jest,
Infinite
you're right.
Jest,
he said an unexamined life is not worth living. That's what it is. That's the other...
he said...
Whatever.
Never mind, I'm not going to make a really mean joke.
Aww.
No, I'm just not going to say it. Just letting that one go out into the ether. No, this movie, the patterns, relationship patterns that you're talking about, I found it really jarring the way it starts with them fighting, like actively, basically already like kind of having, I mean, it opens with the sex scene, but like, you don't really get a lot of introduction to their relationship. Like, there's already tension you can see from the beginning, and it just, not that that's not something like a way to portray or like, whatever, pace a relationship story, but it just became kind of difficult to watch and root for these characters, because it felt like so kind of like obvious. Like, you opened this discussion by saying these are, this is this journey of this guy kind of realizing he can be with somebody who's not going to treat him like shit. And I feel like you don't learn anything new over the course of the runtime. And it doesn't really, so it doesn't feel like, okay, we're on this journey with this guy. It just feels like we're prolonging the inevitable.
Well, it's super combative right from the beginning. And like, not just like in like their relationship with each other, but some sort of fight club or something. But also it's like combative to the viewer, right? Like it feels like it's like daring the viewer to like engage with it.
Sure.
In some ways. It's similar to in the ways that the way that the movie will linger on some more of the like banal or like domestic scenes between them, right? Even when they're not being intimate, is to me reminiscent of like it's similar to Beau Travail and also kind of Jean Dielman if they had given it a little bit more time to breathe, right?
Yeah, it's a very short movie. It doesn't really
have that time to breathe.
Yeah,
and it feels kind of claustrophobic, where even though we have like pockets of daily life, essentially,
sure, there is still
they're like very
yeah. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. It's like very interspersed. No, you're fine. It's like very interspersed with like these pinpricks of like aggression and
right.
I mean, there's always like an undercurrent of anger, combativeness.
Yeah. No, that's a good point, because like in Beau Travail, it's all like there's not very much aggression on screen. It's all like the mundanity and like so often the action, like the serious like action or like transgressiveness happens off screen. And then with Jean Dielman, you have a 3+ hour runtime to like just like chill, and watch her do all of this very mundane stuff between nothing, so it's whereas this, you don't get, it's like an uneven balance.
Yeah, where it's almost afraid to take a pause, and like In the Mood for Love is it very much so feels like a dance, right? Like they're pushing and pulling at each other. Like you can feel that there's like that playful tension. And here there is a tension, but it's not a push. I mean, they're pushing, they're pulling, but it's like it's a fight, It feels like it.
Yeah. I do wonder like how much, because this wasn't like quite as much of a, I don't know. I kind of wonder how much of the setting and locale of like, okay, these two, dudes from Hong Kong are like chilling in Argentina instead of like they travel and then they kind of get stuck there, and like the alienation of that. I kind of wonder like how much the context of like alienation from your homeland is like part of this, and whether that's something that I'm just like not registering as much, or you know what I mean? Like is there more to kind of like the background or like symbolism or allegory of the story, in like they're kind of torn between these like mainland China versus, because this was when Hong Kong was still British ruled, like there's all that talk of the passport. So yeah, I kind of just wonder how much of that like went over my head.
Yeah, again though, like as far as that isolation goes, like you kind of feel it as the viewer, right? Like
sure, yeah.
Like it's tough to feel. At least I felt, and I mean maybe this is like the wrong take, but it's tough to feel very ingrained or like attached. Maybe not attached. Maybe that's the wrong way to phrase it, but like I don't know. Like I felt for them, but like I didn't.
Yeah. It's like not as close or like invested of a relationship, or yeah. I don't know. It's very weird. It's got Tony Leung. Like, it's one of the guys from, it's kind of crazy that he's in this movie playing he's very versatile. Like, he's a completely different character, obviously, which is cool.
It doesn't feel enjoyable to watch, though. Like, it's not...
Yeah. I feel that.
And it is engaging still, but it's not, like, I don't know. I didn't have a great time watching it.
I kind of...
Personally. And like,
I kind of was waiting for it to shift into a second gear, and it didn't, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like it felt like there was such little plot happening, and like the visuals were beautiful, and there's that really nice couple of scenes of them when they're kind of doing all right in the apartment together, and they're like when they're slow dancing, like that part's nice, and but at the same time, I feel like it was so almost like methodically paced, where it's like it felt like everything was delivered, and like each little bit of action or tension was meted out in like very precise measurements, that it almost felt like a metronome. I don't know, like it felt very regular in a way. That it didn't ever feel like, okay, we're at the climax now. Like when the movie was clearly wrapping up, I was like, oh, the movie's wrapping, like we're almost done. Like it kind of surprised me, so
it does kind of like creep up on you.
Yeah.
Like, cause again, a lot of it's kind of like lost in the banality, right? Like you're not, and you're not really feeling much character progression. But like you said, movie looks great. Like,
yeah, it looks
movie
beautiful.
Looks great. Sounds good. Like, I don't know. It's
a tough one. Yeah.
It's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't find it, maybe because it's such a small cast as well. We only have really like 3 or maybe 4 main like named characters. Yeah.
Yeah. If you're not enjoying like what they're bringing, it's not.
Yeah. You there's no escape.
But again, I mean, like I said, like it's so combative. Like it does feel like it's tough as a viewer to like feel connected and feel like, oh, like yep, like I'm on board with them, like these are my guys, right?
Yeah, and like I was intrigued at the beginning because like the like depiction of how turbulent their relationship is already, and then you're like, oh god, you're gonna get fucking stranded in this super isolating place. That is like a pretty intriguing premise. But then I feel like I guess I don't feel like I learned anything deeper about their relationship besides, Po-Wing is kind of like a user and a shit stain, and he's clingy.
And like a complete piece of shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And Yufai is like, kind of just puts up with it. Like and is sad and quiet. Like I guess there just didn't seem to be more to their dynamic that unfolded over time. You kind of get that from like minute 2 of them like being lost and kind of looking for the way to go. So yeah, but the setting is really, it has a really good use of locale in like that tango bar is like it all feels very textured and real. And like I do think like the way that this movie looks, it's so grainy, it looks like a home video. That's obviously intentional. But like like just the different kind of few settings, the kitchen, the apartment itself, the apartment's kitchen, like the bigger kind of kitchen area, like all of that feels really lived in and intriguing. I wanted to learn more about just all of it. Like it feels unexplored or underexplored maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of that is like Yui feels trapped, maybe like not trapped by the relationship, but trapped by like his own bad habits within relationships. And like this one is just a example of a larger whole. But like I think maybe the confinement to like these small spaces and like following their relationship is sort of like reflective of that.
Yeah.
And then also like when we see them like out, like when they went the wrong way, and like the car broke down or something like that. I mean, that happens pretty early. It's like, and like you can see how like, oh, okay, like bad things happen when they're out in the world too. It's like, okay, well, I guess, he's like, well, I guess it's just easier to, stay inside and put up, shut
not
up.
Leave. Yeah. The falls too at the beginning and end. I do like that as kind of a framing device that, with the voiceover, you're kind of getting this like, these falls that they've been trying to see, but they get lost trying to find. And so you're seeing them thinking kind of like maybe they'll get to see them together. And then it reveals that really it's just Yufai doing it on his own. That's kind of a fun little trick, and sad. Reminds me a lot of In the Mood for Love. The ending of that movie too is very similarly like going to a nature scape and, feeling sad about your lost love.
And speaking of In the Mood for Love, the whispering into the tree
he says he does that too, like crying into the voice recorder.
Yeah. Which I mean, I think that's very romantic. I think Wong Kar-Wai has like a very specific view of like, oh, like having that like
secret
lonely
for
pining
yourself.
that like Yeah. But like you kind of want it to be caught, so like you need to like let it out in some way into the world. Like I think that's, and I agree with him. I think that is also very romantic. It's cute. It's fun. So it's funny to see that sort of shine through in two very different, like, there's such different movies and such different like displays of like intimacy, relationships, and love. I don't know. I think the movie's very interesting to look at through that lens. But again, it is like, it can be tough to engage with.
Yeah. I don't know. Part of me wants to watch the other Wong Kar-Wai movie that I've seen, which is called Chungking Express. I think that one might be a better one for us to talk about, and one that both of us... I liked that movie a lot. That movie's... I think
I suggested that one before. That was the one
I
that I did
seen
before
it
in The Mood for Love. And you had seen it before, so you didn't want to talk about it. I know. I think we should talk about it. That was the one that I was originally like recommended.
That's a good one. That's probably his most accessible movie, if I had to think about it. It's like
it's like The Price is Right then.
It's poppy, it's kind of like, it's not too dark, it's not too like mysterious the way that like this movie's dark, and In the Mood for Love is mysterious and kind of wistful. Chungking Express is also those things, but like not to the same degree. So it's a lot more kind of it bops along, I guess. It's a very musical film, literally, and writing wise. So it's I don't know. Yeah, we should probably watch it sometime.
Okay. I'm down for it.
But I don't know. I feel terrible like with this movie too. This did get me thinking. Let me get your opinion on this. Have we watched too many like movies about sad gays? I was telling you about this like documentary that I had watched recently. Yeah, like the male gaze. Yeah. But I had just rewatched, for I don't even know how many times, The Celluloid Closet, which is a movie kind of like looking back. It's from like the 90s, so it's not super recent, but looking back at the the history of like LGBT representation in movies. And so they talk about like pre-code, how you would have kind of like gay stock characters, and then during the Hays Code era they would have to hint at like gay people in their existence, and then you'd have like they'd have to be depicted as villains, and then how that kind of changed in the 70s and whatever. And there was lots of talk. It's not a super aggressive confrontational documentary, but like there's a lot of people kind of with conflicting perspectives on like, for example, they talk about like the sissy archetype in old movies, like really old movies. Of like, well, it's offensive, it's a joke, it's treating, gay men as, effeminate, and they're always XYZ, they're a punchline. And then some people are like, well, I think that they're fun. I know people who are like that, that kind of thing. And
yeah.
And
at what point is it like,
right.
Sorry, yeah.
Right. No. Yeah.
Representation versus like satirization, right?
Right.
Like,
right.
And like how mean-spirited. Yeah.
Yeah. And toward the end, they start talking about like these kind of like new Hollywood era movies of like gay people having kind of sad storylines, or like it being, depicted as like, the repressed gay person who's like conflicted, and they have to kill themselves basically, or they have to die at the end because of, not necessarily because being gay is evil, but because it's just like a tragic thing to be. And I don't know, it just got me thinking about like the movies that we've seen, and how have we seen too many like sad gay movies?
I just feel like there's probably a large number. Like I feel like there's like a lot of them. I mean, I feel like there's definitely happy gay movies, right? But like especially like when we're looking back, right? Like even looking at like Boys in the Band, right? It's kind of sad seeing it, because like you're like, oh well, like right before the AIDS epidemic, and like it's like when you put into context like the history of what it's like to be gay, right? It's like it's tough not to sort of like.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talk about repression. It's like, well, I mean, for, again, like looking at the history, like for long periods of time. And I mean, even now, it's like not, I mean, I think it's a lot more widely accepted now, but gay people are like widely persecuted. So like very often they have to repress. And it's like, well, like, it's understandable that a lot of stories are going to, even if they don't revolve around it, have at least, like, themes and, you know, like, mentions of, like, hey, like, this is fucking tough still, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it can kind of be hard to escape from that, but still find something that's, like, fun, engaging, and like, interesting to, like, talk about and watch.
Yeah, but then you get, like, fucking
without being,
theater
like,
camp, you know? Then you get, like, dog
that's what
shit
that's what I'm saying.
So, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So, like,
Yeah.
like, how do you have something that's, like fun, interesting, engaging, that, like, isn't directly, like, talking about, like, the trauma or referencing, like, the trauma of, like, that unique life experience that is being gay. I mean, same thing with, like, you know, talking about, like, the human condition and, like, transness being a part of the human condition, right? And, like, how it's just any marginalized group, like, if you're making art that represents your marginalized group, it's probably going to include how you get marginalized, right? Like, it's just, sure. I don't know, it feels like a part of that, you know?
Maybe, yeah. Well, but I think you could, like, for this movie, I think, right, it's not necessarily, it doesn't this is not an inherently gay movie, right? Like, this is not a story that could only happen to, like, a gay couple.
Oh, yeah. No.
So there's, like, a universality to that. Like, of course, there's, like, toxic, like, heterosexual couples. But at the same time, it's not, this movie's, like, mega acclaimed as, like, a landmark LGBT movie. And so it's kind of like, why are all of those landmark LGBT movies about trauma and not, you know, happier?
Like, just the negatives.
Yeah, I don't know. Because, like, right, I'm just scrolling through our list, right? Like, Brokeback Mountain's obviously a big one. Like, if I'm looking at, like, the ones that we've watched, like, The Birdcage stands out. Love Lies Bleeding, not a happy movie, but not like not a traumatic movie in the same way. Pressure on Kant, obviously kind of a dark movie. Theater Camp, not worth mentioning. All About My Mother, kind of a mixed bag. Y Tu Mamá También, kind of a mixed bag. I don't know, there's just, like, a lot of bleakness, you know, Beau Travail.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And oh crap, what was the movie you brought up that's, like, the happy one, not Theater Camp?
I said
Birdcage.
Birdcage, yeah, which is great. Yeah,
that one I do feel like it fits a very specific, like, niche where it's like yeah, very flamboyant. It's very in your face about, like, hey, you know, there's queer identity here. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
but
it couldn't not be a gay movie, but it's also not, like, a dark, you know, it's not, like, sad at the end.
But at the same time, it still deals with, like, oh, hey, like, we are facing adversity, right? And it's straight up, like, I mean, the text of the film is like, oh, we have to convince this guy to not hate us for who we are, right? It's like, okay.
Yeah.
So I think it's very tough. I mean, it's great that like, they have such a positive take on, like, what is, like, a definitely negative experience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, it's
stuff.
It's just weird to think about, I guess. I don't want to, I think next year, for reasons that will become clear far, far in the future to you, I didn't choose, there was a movie that I almost wanted to watch called Boys Don't Cry from the 90s, starring Hilary Swank. She plays a trans man character. I'm going to spoil this movie if you haven't heard of this, but she plays, like, this trans guy who got raped and murdered. It's, like, a very acclaimed movie from the 90s, and kind of like a landmark in depiction of, like, just trans identity on screen. And, like, I don't know, people still, I think, are okay with that movie, but it obviously has, like, several problems with, like, you know, this, like, cis woman playing a trans man being probably the first and foremost one. But it's also a movie, it's another one where it's like, when you think of, like, especially from Oscar perspective, like, a lot, or like Dallas Buyers Club is a movie about an AIDS patient. That's the one that got Jared Leto his Oscar. You know, just like, there's a lot of, like, suffering, like, queer suffering, you know, that gets kind of, like, that seems to be the thing that gets attention, like, especially, like, critical or awards attention. And so I think next year I opted not to choose that movie because I was like, that's Bummer Town. There's already enough Bummer Town happening in this series. But I think next year for Pride, I want to try and pick things that are a little bit less dark, and, like, intentionally pick, you know, just to Not that our little shitty podcast matters, but, just for the hell of it.
It matters to us.
It does matter to us. It does matter to us. And, I mean, there's some bangers. Like, we started with being about John Malkovich and Ed Wood, which are not dark movies. And Cabaret is dark, but not in that way. And, but, yeah. So.
Yeah. And we talked about Cabaret, how funny, like...
Yeah.
How funny it is funny how, like... different the tone is to like the events of the movie on like multiple levels. But I don't know. It's yeah.
Well, do we have anything else to say about Happy Together? I feel bad. I'm sorry, Wong Kar-Wai. Don't hate our podcast. Good performances, great visuals.
It's too late for that.
Yeah, true. He actually has shouted us out in Sight and Sound magazine about about how much he hates our podcast in particular. You know what we should have watched for Pride Month?
Huh.
Rebecca. We should have watched Rebecca for Pride Month. It's not too late. We could do it.
It's not too late. It's not too late. Got it.
All right. Take a deep breath. I don't know. I've been thinking about this whole week leading up to us recording this of like, man, who picked the movie? Who made us watch this?
Asshole picked this movie, huh? What fucking asshole.
Tell me about your, I mentioned earlier, I've seen Fight Club many times, but tell me about your kind of, you alluded to last week that your English teacher in school had made you read passages of fat.
Passages from the book.
Yeah.
And he would tell us not to read outside of him because he was like, he didn't agree with something about Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk.
Like,
his name's Chuck Palahniuk.
Palahniuk. And then he was like, the movie is just essentially bullshit. He was like, the movie is fucking like, don't even waste your time watching it. I was like, all right, bro, whatever, man. But he was also like, don't finish reading the book either. Like, don't read the entirety of this book. You don't have to.
Interesting.
There was like two or three chapters. The beginning chapter being one of them. So like, the intro to this movie is like straight up a chapter in the book that I have read.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, like, yeah. This movie's kind of weird. It's oh fuck this. So
I'm scared. I'm scared this could be like a 3-hour.
It is Fincher. It is Fincher.
It is a David Fincher.
It's the same guy who did Seven, right?
Seven, yeah.
Yeah. Edward Norton in this movie gives me Kevin Spacey vibes. At like, there's so many moments where I'm like, oh, this is Kevin Spacey on screen. Even though, like, I'm like, it doesn't look like him, but I'm like, it is him. And like, my brain has to, like, shift between the two.
Did you have any prior... Okay, so, like, you read these passages. There's so many fucking avenues to talk about this. I'm so scared of this episode.
Yeah.
So you read the opening scene about Bob had bitch tits... is the one.
Yeah.
What else did you know about Fight Club coming into this? Like, do you remember other passages you read?
Not much at all.
Did you know? Did the twist get you? I was so dying to find this out if you had known the twist or not.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, what that he was Tyler Durden? I mean, so they flashed Tyler Durden
like
a couple
7
of
times
in the beginning
beforehand.
of the movie. Yeah. Like after the first time I noticed, I was like, oh. Like, the first time I saw him, I was like, oh, okay, like, this guy's getting a little weird, like, our main guy. I was like, our main guy's getting a little weird.
Yeah.
And then, either Marla says something, like, he says something and, like, it's, like, pretty early in the film, it's, like, half an hour in, he says something and, like, Marla gives him, like, a really weird look, or, like, something happens, and I was like, oh, Tyler's not real, because like the scene before Tyler says like, "Hey,"
it's when they're fucking.
Don't.
It's after they fuck, and she's in the kitchen, and he's like, "What happened last night?" or something. And she's like, "What did happen last night?" And he's like, "Ew, get out of my house," or something. And she reacts like, like they just slept together, and he's doing a 180. So it is. Yeah. Watching it with the context of the twist, it's very obvious. So
I mean, there's that. Like, I feel like she does it even earlier. I don't know. It's really funny, but they drop a lot of hints at it. Like, I don't know. Later in the film, like, he talks to his boss and he's like, feeling Tyler's words come out of my mouth.
Yeah,
and I was like,
it's very heavily hinted at. Yeah,
but they have like 2 or 3 scenes where it's like Tyler's like, don't tell anyone about me. Don't ever talk with me about other people. Right. and then like immediately after that, it'll be like him talking to someone, and I'm like, oh, okay, so like Tyler's not real. Like, I don't know, it's that hit me a couple of times, and then the way that they build up to it was very funny, and like it was very much so like Killer from Seven, I'm smarter than you, like ooh ha ha ha, like here's my final play. But like if you already know it, it's very much so like it's like a seventh grader bringing you their like presentation, and like it's like I don't know, it's a baking soda volcano, and like they're giving their whole spiel like up to the baking soda volcano part, and you're like, you want to be like, all right, kid, just show me, I want to see it fizz,
pour the vinegar,
and I can clap, right. But like they have to like tell you everything about it.
Yeah,
that's what the reveal felt like, because they spent like 5 or 10 minutes where
so
like
long. Yeah, this
movie's so excruciating,
so fucking long. It's unbelievable. Like, it takes, I remembered, okay, I swear to God, I went into this movie, like, thinking, like, I'm gonna give this movie an open chance, like, I really want to try and find something I like about this movie, I don't want to just come in, knives out, and, like, man, I just, like, from minute one, I was like, oh my God, if this is gonna be even more grating and unlikable than I think, than I remembered, and then, like, we're, like, 20 minutes in, and he's still doing the, like, languid narration kind of descriptions of like him going to the support groups and stuff, and I was like, oh my God, we're only 20 minutes in of this 2.5 hour movie, and like we haven't even fucking gotten to the Tyler Durden stuff yet. He's barely met Marla. I was like, this is so, it's languid, it's so slow. You think, like, this movie has this reputation of, like, it's edgy, it's real, like, fucking crazy, and, like, weird, and, like, bleh, and, like, there's so much violence, and really, it's just, like, fucking paced glacially. That's what this movie and Happy Together really have in common. Is that they're just both fucking so slow. I think, I hated this movie watching it a second time, or another time.
It revels in how gross it can be, and how like
edgy,
like languid, like you're saying, and how edgy it can be. It really wants you to languish there, where you're just like, okay, like
I'm languishing,
like, cool,
yep.
I'm languishing, and it has to over explain every single thing that's happening to the nth degree. And it's
but
like,
here's what's crazy is like this movie's politics are like kind of non-existent. Like I was like kind of thinking like, man, I don't want to even talk about politics, like what this movie like means to people, because obviously this movie's reputation is not just like, oh, it's so edgy and crazy, but also like it has this like, it's a dangerous movie, like it's got dangerous ideas, and like it spawned like, dangerous like alpha male or incel whatever kind of types, and like, like American Psycho does. But like this movie is so just gibberish. There's just like just completely incoherent gibberish coming out of everybody's mouth and the narration at all times.
So can I say that this movie is maybe one of the best defenses against what it seems to glorify?
Sure.
In the same way that like a movie that tries to vilify like war kind of already makes war look great. A movie that tries to empower or like not vilify, but heroify or deify. Glorify being the better term. Yeah. It tries to glorify like this like weird I don't know if it's trying to glorify it, but it definitely does seem like it, because it makes it look cool as hell. They try to make it look cool.
Right.
It's just so poorly thought out. It's like they're like, oh, we're gonna blow up all of the credit, and like the
back then people didn't know about servers. They didn't know about like backups and things. They just thought like if you blew up the building, your credit card debt would go away.
You're good. It's over. Yeah.
They didn't have any kind of written log or anything.
well, even beyond all that, the like badass scenes where it's like he's like doing the Tyler Durden stuff, and he's like we're everybody. It's like oh. You just got everybody? Like, oh, okay. You got everybody in on this. Okay, sure. It's everybody, right? Duh, my bad.
It's literally like, sure, everybody. Okay. We've got everyone.
he's like, I mean, he goes to every major city in the U.S. And he's like, and he's like, oh, what? Like, everywhere he goes, he's like, it's like I was chasing a ghost. And everyone's like, oh, sure. And,
right.
And he's like, why are you doing this? It's like every taxi cab driver, it's everybody at every fucking restaurant. It's everyone who works security anywhere. It's anyone who's a janitor anywhere. It's
basically
like,
anyone who gets paid by the hour. Yeah, is in
it's anybody. It's everybody. Yeah. It's every cop. Like, what are we doing? It's 3 out of 4 cops. I should say. It's like, bro, what the fuck are we doing here, man?
It's crazy.
At a certain point, it just becomes so ridiculous. It's funny, like how absurd it is, right? But it's like, bro, what are we doing?
This movie is very. It wants to have its cake and eat it too. Like you said, it's like, it wants to kind of, it's walking this line of like parody and satire and then like sincerity, not sincerity, but like sincere belief in what it's depicting of like, how are you like, yes, it's funny to have the narrator's, idealized version of a man be Brad Pitt, and Brad Pitt is then mocking like, you think this is what a real man looks like? And it's like a Gucci ad on the subway or something, or on the bus. And like, there's a little bit of irony there, but like, this movie, you want to talk about languishes, this movie's like constantly fucking gawking at Brad Pitt and his body and like, just like trying to make him seem like the most cool guy. And like, I get that that's part of the mystique or part of the, the appeal to the narrator, but like, you can't have your cake and eat it too. It's not like in the end he becomes like, he's not really undermined at the end. He just shoots himself. Like, you know what I mean? There's no like, so it just, the like idea that like the ideology is not supposed to be depicted in this like positive way feels disingenuous.
I get that. I do think that the Brad Pitt character is not supposed to, I mean, I don't know. I like watching it. I don't think you're supposed to idolize him or anything, but I do think that like he is like very easy to idolize, right? And it's
he's like, this guy's based.
How, like,
I love Tyler Durden.
He's based as fuck.
About to shave his head.
Yeah. No. But he's like the archetype of like the friend's older brother who like makes you do shit that like. Who like he fucking cut your hand open in the woods when you were 5, and you're like, oh fuck, like he's kind of a badass for that. Like, cool? I kind of feel like, stronger now.
Are you good? Ricky's like, yeah, I got some.
I'm cool. I had my hand cut open when I was 5, late. I know I'm cool
by
because
Brad
of that.
Pitt. Yeah.
Fucking ask me that shit again, bro. No, but it's like it is that like like edgy older brother of a friend that like introduces you to like cool stuff. You're like, oh fuck, like. Maybe this is cool, but then, like, as you get older, you're supposed to realize, like, oh, that dude was, like, 25, living at home and smoking weed with, like, his fucking teenage brother's friends. Like, maybe not the coolest dude in the universe. Maybe I don't model my life after him, like...
I think the idea that, like... I think this movie is so, just, like, incoherent and jumbled and inconsistent throughout, like, and contradictory, especially toward the end, when, like, okay, Project Mayhem, like, spirals out of control, and they start doing this stuff that's, like, kind of antithetical to the original message of, like, alright, let's not be conformists, let's buck the system, let's, whatever, like, fuck society, and then they start, obviously, like, they lose their individuality, they're joining a cult, whatever, they're doing what they're told.
Right.
Like, okay, but, like, the anarchic, derogatory, like, message of this movie is pretty coherent throughout and is like a through line that I don't think that this movie is like necessarily condemning. It just feels like, it almost feels like the movie's so incoherent that it's not, I can't even necessarily say that the movie's politics are bad or like this is a parody or this is a satire. I think it's like almost like beyond those things in that it's like just a mess that makes no sense. And so, but the fact is that people watch it and they don't, it's truly the Gundam meme of like, oh, cool abs. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love beating up my friends. Yeah. And it just, so it's hard because the other stuff is so gibberish. If there was like a true political like ideology in this movie, it would be different. But because it's kind of like nothing, it becomes, or so, yeah.
I get that it has a lot of anarchist like principles. But it again.
I mean, principles everybody. in the lightest,
in the
font.
very vaguest,
yeah. Like
because
principles are in italics and like air quotes, yeah.
I think it appeals so perfectly to like the suburbanite's dream of like, oh, I am the repressed class, right? Yeah. Like I the 9-to-5 worker am the most repressed person in the world, right? And it is not that I am feeding into a system which provides me with like all these amenities so that I can live a very high standard of living, right? And like I do my small part and like it feeds into this, right? it's that it is taking advantage of me, and I am due something beyond this, right?
As a man, I am due. Yeah,
as a man, right?
Specifically, because
I am due more.
Yeah.
Which is like, I mean, I think this is what spawned like the Roganite movement.
Sure.
I guess I'll call it like the
aggrieved underclass of men who like can't help but think that the real problem is that they have a mom and that like people tell them what to do,
right?
And, you know,
yes, yeah. Which is very like, I don't know. Again, I'm just gonna say it again. It was everybody. It like you can't
we got
be
everybody.
If you got everybody, it's everybody. But that's why it's so perfect, because it's like oh, like if you're in the club, it's because you're one of like the cool like repressed underclass, which is like everyone who's like forced to not be a cool man. But also, it's like, okay, so like everybody who's outside of it, it's like, your initiation is just, we have to be able to haze you before you join us. So you have to hate everyone else as well. I don't know, threatening people so that they appreciate their lives. It's like, okay.
It's very fascistic. Like, not to use the F word, but yeah.
Also, they were definitely in the position to just, like, straight up, if, like, they do this thing where it's like, they talk about how, like you see, like, on the news or something, like, oh, bombings against people, yada yada, whatever. There's a scene where they're in, like, the dining room, a dining hall, and it's like, okay, so, like, you got 1,000 of your enemies right here, bro. Like, this is, like, your time. If you're gonna, you know, it's like...
No, instead they kidnap the one, like, mayor or police commissioner or whatever, and threaten to cut his balls off. Yeah. They're gonna cut his balls off, because that's his masculinity. And, like, the whole movie opens with, like, okay, we have testicular cancer, so we have to lose we're literally ballless, like... is so crazy. It's just gibberish. It's just bullshit gibberish. Like,
it's the most insane misery porn. It's literally like
he is like
people say Reddit
running.
Is all like writing exercises.
Yeah.
It's literally just like 12 different different prompts for like, oh, like
what's the most fucked up thing a person can do, and like what are the worst experiences a person can go through, and how do I like how do I put this person in like an irreverent version of those circumstances? Yeah,
but a lot of them are also, again, it's like they are like really trying to, you know, languish in it, right? So like it's like the minute-long tirade where somebody's giving you their entire life story, and then like about how aggrieved they are because of all the things that are happening to them, and it's like, I don't know, a lot of the stuff, it's like, all right, like, especially like, I get ball cancer is definitely a tragedy, but
it's played for laughs. Like, it's still played for laughs.
It's played for laughs.
You know,
it's played for laughs, and it's the tragedy of it is not held reverently. I don't know,
no.
Like,
it's not like he's
yeah. It's like, all right, bro, whatever.
That's like Chuck Palahniuk's whole thing. So that author was really influential to me growing up, unfortunately. Yeah. I've read like 5 maybe or 6 of his books, which is crazy.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
Not just because of this movie, but also because
Have you read this book?
Yeah, I read Fight Club. Yeah. He has like 20 books. He's like one of those guys who just like writes a lot of books. And he is gay. Which is part of why I thought maybe revisiting this movie with like is there like more homoeroticism than I remember, like as an entry point for this movie. Another airball on my part, because we'll talk about that. But every time I say airball, there just gets Ricky. No, but I've read like I said, like 5 or 6 of his books, and like he does that. His works often focus on, you know, kind of like these transgressive or, you know, kind of like dark things of the human experience or dark experiences that then people, you know, are kind of forced to like reckon with the ironies of it, or forced to confront those things and like juxtaposed with like an absurdity. You know, he has like a very famous short story about like people getting in trouble while masturbating, basically getting not in trouble like caught, but like something harmful happens to them as an accident because they've so like, and just like commentary about like repression like sexual repression. I don't know, just like, I read his books because, not just because of the Fight Club, but because the first album of Panic at the Disco is largely influenced by a couple of his books.
Oh my god.
I know. And that was an influential album to me, so, sorry, go ahead.
Have you read Drown by Uno Diaz?
I don't think so.
So, that focuses a lot on, like, I think, like, budding sexuality. I read it as a teen, and, like, it helped me a lot deal with, like, the idea of, or it helped me sort of, like, do away with some of the notions of, like, sex being very sort of, like, unapproachable and weird and, like, wrong. But it feels like it's maybe the, like, healing version of Chuck Palahniuk.
Sure.
Like,
Polinick.
where it's like, oh, hey, like...
It's Polinick,
like,
Ricky,
Polinick.
please.
You're right, yeah.
I know we're
bad.
uneducated, but you could try.
My bad, sorry.
No, you're good.
Where it's just very real. It was like just what I needed to hear at the time of like, hey, like, this is normal, like, people jack off, man, like, people have sex, like, don't worry so much about it. Whereas, like, Polinick feels very, like, oh, like, isn't this so dark, weird, and edgy, and, like, also, like, it's the, like, oh, it's like the no-fap trends, like that sort of, like, ideology where it's like, oh, like, I sort of put all of that into the same manosphere, I guess I'll say.
Sure. I do think that he's not like a manosphere guy. Like, he is a gay man. Like, he's not like... Right. I think there's definitely...
Well, I don't think that immediately absolves him of
sure.
any, like,
this is true.
You know.
This is true. But I think that, unfortunately, he is a misanthrope who doesn't think he is one. Or he's, maybe nihilistic but doesn't think he is. It's just like... Yeah. There's like sprinkles of like hope in his writing that feels jaded, but he doesn't like it. Almost like he doesn't understand that it's jaded, like that he thinks it's like hopeful, but it's not. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I haven't read anything from him in like literally like 15 or more years. Like, I don't even remember the last time. But I was very young. I was too young. But as a young edgelord, I was very intrigued by Fight Club, by all of his stuff. But man, tough. Let's step aside from like the writing and like the story from like a political or worldview stance, because I do want to talk about this. I almost considered asking us like to talk about this movie only as a movie because the
that's fine.
Politics and world...
we can cut out everything else.
No. I just like, I don't know that you can when you're talking about this movie, but I do think it's so huge that it kind of eclipses the fact that this movie also just fucking sucks. Like, this movie just fucking sucks. Like, am I crazy?
I was gonna say, this movie has some fun cinematography at points, but it busts it out at like
You're
really
drinking the
weird
Kool-Aid,
moments.
bro. I can't believe you. That's crazy.
When he was doing the apartment thing and like the stuff was popping in, that sort of stuff, that's fun to me. I think some of the zoom-ins are kind of cool.
Oh, you mean
like
just when he's talking about like, oh, it's a magazine, and he's like watching the magazine furniture like show up, like you're talking about that stuff with the apartment, or
yeah.
I find it so overwrought and like just huge jerk off motion. I don't know, man. I don't like David Fincher. I don't like David Fincher. I'm sorry. I try to like him. I think he's so like Gen X fucking like, I don't know, man, edgy, up his own ass. It just doesn't. I like some of his movies, but his impulses need to be tamed by like better performances than the ones in this movie. And like, I don't know, a little bit more restraint.
Maybe a better editor as well. Yeah, a little bit more restraint would go a long way, because the movie. So like, I mentioned something really early in the movie because it gets really overwhelming at the amount of just like random, like,
just like
visual
bullshit
shit
that just
that's
happens.
happening.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And there's no real. There's no real like defining lines and like, oh, like this scene looks much better than the others.
No.
So it makes it kind of difficult for there to be any scene that stands out as particularly impactful, because like the visual language is so jumbled and so blah, like all the time. It's always blah blah blah.
Yeah, there's like,
it's fun the first couple of times you see it, but then it gets really very like overwhelming and like, okay.
Because we open with like the zoom through like his fucking brain, synapses firing and shit, and like it's just like this, like it's just music video shit. I know that he was a music video director, so But like, if this movie opened with the Nine Inch Nails song, I wouldn't be surprised. Like there was a one from Seven. But like, it's also got this like hideous CG digital look, and it's color graded like The Insider, but way worse. Like, if you remember me talking about how The Insider looks like a rotten supermarket or whatever I said on that episode, where it's like fluorescent.
Yeah.
This movie looks like, it's like everything is like green. Like, it looks like the back rooms, but it's like worse. It's just so fucking ugly and just like, it thinks it looks cool and like real and gritty and grimy, but really it just looks fake and aged, like, and old. Like, it just looks like of its time. Negative. Derogatory.
It looks similar to it's similar in a couple of ways to Watchmen.
Oh yeah, you're right.
You'd love to.
You're so right. Yeah. Let me just bring that up. Honestly,
yeah.
Watchmen, better movie. Am I crazy? Watchmen's better movie.
Better movie. No, this is like the misbegotten love child of Seven and Watchmen.
Oh God, kill it, abort it.
Morgan is Freeman, not, though? Is it not? Like...
Morgan Freeman walks out and he's like, "Now, if you have that child."
Well, that's the thing, because like you lose these like good. I don't want to say there's no good performances in here, but like you lose a lot of like the star power of like a performance that feels like varied and layered to have these like very one-dimensional characters for a reason, right? Like it's for a narrative reason. Like there's a reason Tyler Durden is very one-dimensional. There's a reason why our main character is very one-dimensional. We learn is Tyler Durden, and I guess that gives him a second dimension. I don't know. It makes sense why like every other character is. I keep saying set piece. I say set piece all the time, but really they're just like a mouthpiece for like the author's view on the world.
Yeah, true.
But like it's just very like, all right, I get it. I will say the scene where Bob dies. Yeah. And they all start like chanting, and like he like realizes he's like in over his head essentially, and like he's like, oh fuck, like something is wrong here. That to me is like, I don't get how anyone could watch this movie, see that scene, and not be like, oh, okay, so like this is something that you join, and like you kind of get roped into it, and like you think that like you're doing something good, and eventually it will get so out of control that you will look back and say, what the fuck is going on here, and you will not be able to break out of it, because even if you try to wake up those around you, they'll keep repeating these same mantras, and even the fact that you use that will be used to reinforce the very system that like you're now trapped in and you hate, you know? The whole like, oh, like when he was like, oh, like this is my friend, like Bob Paulson, and like he had a name, like, oh, in death he's given a name, like, and then they start like chanting that. It's like, oh, okay, so like you're just in too deep, right? And like by the time you realize that, it will be far too late to save you or anyone else around you, right? Yeah. And like, that's what I took from that. And I'm like, that's crazy. And then we still had like fucking half an hour of movie left. I was like, all right.
That's what's crazy. The movie should end like not more than 10 minutes after that scene. And the fact that it just goes on and on is like, oh, okay. Oh my God. We're still not there yet. The twist still hasn't happened.
When we see people in the other city doing the like his name was Bob Paulson. His name was Robert Paulson. Like, that should have been like the last scene. It should have been like him like walking, and they go, his name is Robert Paulson. Because like then it's like it's like him like crushed by like he can't escape it, you know, or like him talking to the waiter who goes like why you're Tyler Durden. Like it should have been something like that, like a shoe drop, and then maybe we get like a crashing, you know, whatever, like we get a little montage of like him actually doing the things that he thought Tyler was doing, whatever, something like that. But like end it there. The him being in the building, them like bringing Marla, like capturing her off the bus, because since it's everybody, there was at least 12 operatives on the bus. The bus driver, he's in on it. We got everybody. It's everybody. It doesn't matter. We got everybody.
You have to say it like in that, like in the way that he says it too.
You got everybody. Yeah.
Hey, I'm just cutting in to put it out there that they actually don't say this in the movie at all, at any point. We actually looked up the script after this because we were so convinced that they did say it, but they don't. They don't say we got everybody or everyone. They don't say anything like that. They just say, we make your meals. We protect you while you sleep. I don't know why we latched onto it so much, but it's funny to us in this fully ado of an episode. So, you know, just know that we're spreading misinformation.
It's just the main premise of the idea that
it's
you have.
Absurd.
It's like, okay,
Ricky, I
but
know.
like it's also like, like that's like social. It's like this like socialist utopia. It's like we have everybody.
We've got everybody.
Everybody's on our side,
and we got 85 dogs to go with it too.
and everybody has 85 dogs in their apartment, and they've all got little shitty tiny apartments in the city, and they're all barking away all day. And everybody's got to take them on a walk at the same time.
I do think, I think the movie goes on way too. It takes too long to get to that scene, and and then it overstays. It goes on and on when he confronts Tyler again, and they have to in the hotel and all of that, which I think just exists.
It's really to no end.
Yeah.
Like you said, it really has no point. Like, Tyler's not defeated. Like, nothing...
I almost feel like they worked backward...
changed by these actions.
From the scene or the shot of him and Marla holding hands as the buildings all explode. Yeah. We should talk about... I know that I said, let's talk about the movie as a movie and not about its worldview, but I do think this movie's so closely connected to the, late 90s. We've talked a lot about, movies that you could only make before 9/11. The malaise of, the end of history kind of shit.
Yeah.
That, I think, feels... It's so... I mean, I don't want to be, flippant, but it's so cringe now. Sometimes when I see, Gen Z memes that are these people used to bitch because they had a stable job and whatever, and I'm like, well, it was different back then. It was a different kind of alienation. It wasn't better, it was just different. And then I watch a movie like this and I'm like, no, these fucking Gen Xers sucked. They fucking deserved it. They had it all.
Yeah, they had fucking everything. They blew it up for no reason. Yeah, these fucks. And the phones. They gave us the phones too. These evil fucks.
They did. They gave us Steve Jobs, fuck that guy. Rest in piss, asshole.
And people want to talk about the silent generation. Those guys were assholes too. They put the lead pipes in there, which led Gen X to fuck us. No.
We probably wouldn't have Zuckerberg or Musk if not for Steve Jobs, right? We wouldn't have they wouldn't be outsized personalities and influencers, TM, right? If not for Steve Jobs, the cult of the tech genius didn't exist before him, right? As a marketing thing.
Maybe
not that they wouldn't still be able to do harm, but
I think just because of the socialization at the time, there was no way that tech moguls within that sphere were not going to sort of succumb to it, and especially ones that had checkered pasts or whatever.
Sure.
I mean, The Social Network being made as a movie is what made Zuckerberg because before that, he really did try to, he was trying to stay out of the limelight for a while, and then eventually got to a point where it's okay, he has to have a brand, and then, he started doing his,
buff guy.
After he went in front of Congress, he started doing, his,
first he did the
guy, yada yada.
No, first he did the politician thing, and then when the Obama light shit didn't work out, then he leaned into, the Joe Rowe, I'm buff and wear cool clothes, and have a tan for some reason.
But it's I think after the social network, he and a few other CEOs sort of realized hey, if we are this forward facing, front facing, we need to. But there's also I don't know, do you know Jensen Huang or whatever his name is, the guy who runs NVIDIA?
Yeah, NVIDIA. Yeah.
Yeah, it's you can know these names, but there's. Do you know anything about his person? I don't know anything.
I do. Yeah, he's because he's always wearing that fucking leather jacket. Yeah, he's always got the fucking leather jacket on, because he thinks it looks cool. This is what I mean.
Well, and you know what? But I mean, that's a thing. They need something, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't know anything about a lot of the the Google CEO or whatever. But
I mean, just compared to McDonald's. Or you don't know the CEO of some of these other huge corporations. It's the tech
Allied Healthcare
thing,
or whatever. Yeah,
right. Yeah, it's the tech thing. The super genius of tech is an archetype in itself.
There's a mythology behind it. Yeah, he made this in his parents' basement or whatever. Yeah, or
just because you brought up the fucking Social Network. Did you see the Social Reckoning trailer, the sequel? The Aaron Sorkin directed.
No, I heard. I heard that there's a second one coming out though. Bad?
Shaking my damn head. Yeah, don't. I mean, it's gonna be fucking dookie from a butt. That movie looks so bad. I can't believe that. Yeah, it's just also the fact that they let them.
Zuckerberg is not joining it, right?
No. Jesse Eisenberg's not playing him. It's
Eisenberg. He specifically
Jeremy
wanted
Strong.
to stay away.
Yeah, Jeremy Strong is
Oh,
from,
that's crazy.
Succession.
Oh, boo!
He looks
Yeah,
fine.
boo.
He's kind of doing the same thing he did just a few years ago when he played, what's his face from Roy Cohn from the Apprentice movie, the Donald Trump movie. Like, I don't know. I get it. Jeremy Strong's good at playing like that kind of guy. Like, I don't begrudge him that. I think he'll be fine. But like, I don't know. The existence of that movie is obnoxious. Aaron Sorkin needs to fucking shut up and eat his food. Like he needs to go back to the drawing board. The fact that they're naming, they got away.
Shut up his cake and eat it too.
That too. The fact that they're like, you know what would be a good name for this movie? The Social Reckoning. There's been no fucking reckoning. There's been no reckoning.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing? Anyway, speaking of, are you pulling up Fight Club or are you pulling up some other bullshit? What?
I'm not pulling up anything. I'm watching Oreo try to make her way up the cat tree.
She's fiending for attention. So coming back to the like late 90s-ness and the context in which this movie was made, the specific gripes that this movie has with women also cannot be overstated. This movie hates women, hates them.
It's insane. Doesn't want them on screen ever.
Yeah.
So like, just the beginning of the film feels like it's so different from the rest. Like you said, I mean, not better per se, but different. Where it's like you're in these like long, what are they? Soliloquies, essentially, right? Is that soliloquies? Is that
Yeah.
Soliloquy, where like he's just constantly talking about yada yada, and then Marla is like the only like real point of interest that we have in the beginning of the film. It's like, oh, okay, he's like meeting what is essentially a kindred spirit. And he's like, you need to fucking stop. Like, this is my shit, yada yada. I thought that was interesting, like, the confrontation, the way they, like, sort of talk about, and, like, the way that it's, like, she, like, sees through him to, like, a very distinct degree, and, like, he thinks that he sees through her, but it's, like, it's just a mirror, you know? It's like, bro, like, I don't know. It's fun. I thought that was fun and interesting, and then it doesn't really go anywhere, because
we got to get Brad Pitt on the screen.
Focus.
Yeah,
right. We got to get Brad Pitt on the screen, and like we have to do like, oh, like what's going on between him and Tyler? Like it's him and Tyler.
Well, right? Yeah, that's what's so interesting is like she is the catalyst for him to finally have this like psychotic or dissociative break where he creates this persona because he's confronted with a version of himself that he can't stand, and he also like can't like get the gumption up to like talk to this woman that he obviously likes. So, yeah, you have her as the catalyst, and then she basically stops being a real character for more than, for
like an hour.
Yeah.
Over.
She disappears.
At least an hour.
Yeah. And and then she shows back up at the end, and it's unsatisfying.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking of like,
I don't know.
All of the, you want to talk about the monologuing, like I mentioned earlier that like it's just gibberish, like nothing makes any sense coming out of either of their mouths, either the narrator or Tyler. I know that those are the same character, but like they're both like, they both make kind of like shitty digs about like, it's just like such classic, obvious, like, we're a generation of men raised by women and like we have no balls and like, why aren't we fighting? We haven't talked about the fighting. I mean, we haven't talked about Fight Club.
Yeah.
But, like,
well, it's very like the right wing, like, don't think about anything past first fucking world effect or first order effects, right? Sure. Yeah, like instant gratification, first order effects, like don't think about anything after that. But even that, it's like it shows how like weak the male ego is when he loses the fight, when he like fights the one owner, and like he essentially kind of wins, but he does get the shit beat out of him first, and then he's like, all right, like
go out and lose a
your
fight.
Your guys' homework is to go out and lose a fight. It's like, oh, okay, so like you can't even take your licks in peace by yourself. Like you need like misery loves company. Like telling you guys to all go get their asses kicked. It's like, all right, cool, fine.
Yeah,
I get it. Like it's just like it's supremely self-destructive, and it's also it's like idealizing a world that never existed. Right? It's like, oh, imagining that like every man within like the Roman Empire or like within any of these like. Using that because it is
I know what you mean.
Go-to example for like
of like strong culture. Male societies.
Even the word Viking, it's a verb. It's not a noun. They weren't a people,
Sure.
Like what is it? The Jarls Vikings or whatever. Like it's a title given to someone because they went Viking. They went on their Viking, which that was them going out and like attacking and stuff. But like like, I don't know. I feel like there's like this like distinct like male toxic masculinity thing, which is like, oh, like we were warriors in the past, like, hey, like you must be a warrior, like yada yada, and like the warrior cultures that they look up to were not warrior cultures, and it's like, dude, like you do not understand like the culture that you're talking about, the context in which it was created, and like why they did the things they do. Like it's a purely aesthetic view, right? And I feel like same thing in this movie, where it's just like purely aesthetics, and they're like, oh, like this looks or seems cool, and like so it is, and that's it. We got everybody. I don't know.
We got everybody.
We got everybody.
First, okay, I gotta say, I spent like 50% of my brain listening to you, and then the other 50% was first trying to think, is there an accent I can do that replaces an L with a V, so I could make a joke out of like Viking, like I Vike him. I don't know, something like that.
I Vike him a lot. Yeah.
And then the second time, I was like, isn't a verb that ends in ing that's used as a noun? I think that's a gerund. That might be a participle, but I think it's a gerund. So it's not a verb.
That is a gerund.
It's a gerund. So like really, they gerundized it. Yeah.
Well, no, because
I'm just fucking with you, Ricky. It's fine. It's fine.
That's if it's used as an adjective. That's if it's used as an adjective.
No, I think a gerund
is
a
noun. It's something else.
I think a participle is a noun. Or is an adjective, I mean.
A participle is an adjective? Okay.
It's been a minute.
Because I was thinking like gardening to
gardening. It was a stupid joke.
Versus like...
It was a stupid joke.
Well, we can workshop. Well,
yeah, I think gardening gloves would be... I think that's a participle.
What verb would become a noun?
Viking.
You're right.
Viking.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yes. Yeah. It's just the way you said it. So
let me Google gerund real quick.
Like,
the main doer of a sentence. So swimming is excellent exercise. So swimming is the gerund. Or I love swimming.
The fuck, we're very wrong about a gerund then. All right.
No, that's the same thing. It's a verb ending in ing that functions as a noun. That's exactly what I said.
Oh,
it's just that Viking. Okay. It's just that we don't say to Vike, even though we should. We should bring back Vike as a noun or a verb. Fuck. Anyway,
I think the swimming thing threw me off. Okay, yeah.
If we called this, what if it was fighting club?
Oh, yeah. It should be called fighting club.
Bring back gerunds.
It should just be called fighting. Bring back gerunds for real.
This movie should just be called...
It should be called The Fighting.
Unmade. This movie should just be back. They should have fucking reeled the fucking film back into the canister. Like, when they first screened it. Someone should have... Like Werner Herzog and Grizzly Man. They should have taken off the... Like, walked out of the projector room and been like, you should never show this. You can never display this for anyone.
I don't know that reference, but I'll
we have to watch Grizzly Man. I'm sorry. Please put this at the top of your watch list. If we should watch it for the show. I have like sidebar. I've watched. Okay, in addition to Lord of the Rings, I've been watching Grizzly Man like over and over.
Oh, okay. Sounds normal.
I've seen it many times in my life, but like last year I watched it again.
And in the last week.
No, but like last year I watched it and I was like, I think this is secretly the best movie of the 21st century. And so ever since I've watched it many times, it's just, I think it's a great movie, but like every time it's a movie that every time I've watched it, I find a new thing. Anyway, I think that movie like unlocks the 21st century as a thing, as a time. As a
concept.
Like it was like the prescient text of the millennium. Anyway. We'll watch Grizzly Man sometime.
It's gonna be some bullshit that I'm gonna have on my screen for 2 hours.
You'll be like, this is a great fucking movie. You'll like it's Werner Herzog. You'll like it. It's Werner
Herzog. Come on.
You know what isn't a good movie is Fight Club. The fighting. So like obviously we talked about like this movie hates women. The Viking Club. This movie hates women. Fighting as like a transcendent way of unlocking your masculinity, whatever. I'm jerking off. I don't know. Even the fight scenes are kind of boring. Like I'm not like thrilled by like, oh, these guys are getting punched. I don't know. None of them like they're not shot particularly interestingly. There's a lot of slow-mo and like digital bullshit that seems like really over the top superhero nonsense, you know, like superhero movie Watchmen shit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think if this movie was called anything but Fight Club, it would not be nearly as like successful or critically well liked nowadays.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I do think it just did spawn like it feels like the like foundational text for a type of guy, which eventually became so prevalent that it became like a genre of person. Like it helped define like a genre of personalities, which all suck and are horrible. So
should we talk about Brad Pitt? Actually, let's talk about Edward Norton because you mentioned this first.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, now that you say the Kevin Spacey thing, I see it. I totally see it. But
it's weird. Like
it's like it's the late 90s malaise. And when we watch American Beauty, you'll see it then too, because that movie is fully he's maybe playing the narrator in this movie or in that movie. Like
it's just like the way
in which
even like his face, the ways in which we move throughout the world, his fucking face, man, like something about it is so.
Edward Norton does have a very punchable, annoying face.
It's very punchable, and like it's punchable in the same way that Kevin Spacey's face is. That I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I don't want this guy. Like a couple of times I was just watching this movie, and I'm like,
not to just
it reminds me of like the Bobby
insults,
Darin
like,
biopic.
Biopic. Oh my god. Biopic.
I know.
Do you know I linked our show
biography
I pitched the reason I messaged you earlier asking you to like pick your 5 favorite like episodes of our show,
which I did not do.
I know
for the watchers at home.
Yeah, you
Lane asked me to pick 5 of our favorite episodes, and I didn't. And then when I was talking to them about it, they took one of my fucking ep picks. How many did you pick, bro?
I said 6. Okay,
that one I think is a banger.
I think you can pick from the other 140 fucking episodes of the show. Jesus Christ.
Put Avatar on there.
No, I'm not putting Avatar on there. That episode should also be reeled back into the canister. No, I'm doing that because I'm pitching an essay to a horror magazine, and I wanted to link my work, and I didn't want to have the fucking YouTube highlight be like our latest dog shit episode. Like we have quite a few bad episodes of this show.
Wow.
Sometimes you listen and you're like, did they even wake up? Did they like?
Dude, and I'm sorry, watchers at home.
Yeah.
There are some episodes. I mean, we do have some episodes which are pretty bad, but there are some episodes where I feel like that's 100%. I mean, every episode is 100% my fault when that happens. But there are some episodes where like I'm like, oh man, and I feel bad about now because I'm like, I was definitely like either disconnected during that ep, or like there was just like there came to a point in the ep where I was just like tired or whatever, and like
I know I can hear it.
I was just disconnected. Yeah.
Like I don't even remember like some like the trajectory of some
of our early eps are like it's like I don't know, it's so long ago.
Now that I'm in my fun employment era, I kind of want to go back and re-edit the thing in Eraserhead and see if I can like make anything salvageable, like even like a 5-minute clip show of the two. I don't know, but like
it'd be funny to hear some of them, although like I know I at least personally I'd say even just within the first 6 months, like just the way I like was viewing movies became very different, right? Because it's like I don't know.
We should do the thing.
It's difficult to. We should do the thing. I'd be down to revisit some movies, right, and like talk about them. And even if we did like multiple movies at once and just sort of like revisited, because we've talked about them before. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I think it's definitely different to like watch a movie through the lens of like, oh, like what would be good to talk about with this, and like really like check in with yourself on like, oh, like how am I feeling about like.
Yeah.
Like what, like like what they're doing with like the sound work or like the editing or like it's just like different than just watching it and like being like I'm just gonna go talk with Lane about this afterwards. Yeah.
I feel like we hit our stride. Yeah. Honestly, this is crazy to say, but like I feel like we maybe hit our stride with the Beyond the Sea episode. I feel like that was the one where we locked in the best. Like I'm looking at our first like. Because that episode's pretty early. Yeah. We were only like 6 months in. That was episode 29.
Yeah.
So.
I think it's the first one that we could be playfully critical of, right?
Yeah, because Ensemble D was like episode 2, and that was not fun.
Like, that's insane. Yeah. I think we were, A, not well equipped enough to talk about it, and B, like now I think we could talk about it maybe a little bit more interestingly, but like we could form more interesting, like, points and arguments about it, like for and against, like what makes it a good or bad movie, or like what makes
that episode
us, like pinpoint better what makes us uncomfortable about it, and like what's good about it. I don't know.
If we watch that episode or watch that movie again and talked about it, I would just be reading my petition to Zohran Mamdani to like tax that movie out of existence. Like it's just like that movie in particular.
That's not
like
that's not a movie I would want to revisit
No.
personally. But
No.
like
I think like something could be fun, like Roshan Z. I think we could even dive deeper into, or The Trial, like some of those real
I feel like
early
we're
eps.
yeah. The trial
yeah.
definitely. Roshan Z, we were like, because we brought up some like interesting bits about like the atomic era, and like I feel like I don't know, we did interestingly with
for sure, but it
and,
would
like,
be
especially like the movies in the era around it. Yeah,
yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
We would
the
be able
change.
to talk about. Yeah. Oh yeah, and we I don't know, we're just more insightful people now. No.
Yeah, let's just keep talking about how great we are, how far we've come.
Yeah.
But no, fuck, I don't even know what we were talking about before this. But
Fight Club.
I don't know.
Kevin Spacey, Fight Club.
Yeah.
How much Edward Norton is like Kevin Spacey? Punchable
yeah,
face.
and like I don't know. I don't love Edward Norton as an actor. I really don't love anyone in the cast as an actor in this. Actually, now that I think about it, like I loathe Brad Pitt. I do not like Edward Norton. I do not like Helena Bonham Carter. And that's your big three, Meatloaf.
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
The more we see Brad Pitt, the more I kind of dislike him in a lot of these movies.
Have we seen him in other stuff? What else? Oh, Seven, obviously.
Didn't we just see him in Seven? Yeah.
Yeah. I was thinking there was something else, but and being John Malkovich, he's like on screen in that for a second. But I don't know. That fucker beats his wife. I'm cool. Like it's good. We don't need to see him. And the fact that David Fincher continues to work with him, this is like whatever, separating the art from the artist, association, blah blah blah. But the fact that he's making this like cursed fucking Once Upon a Time in Hollywood sequel with Brad Pitt based on the Tarantino script is just like, that's just like radioactive fucking, that is a terrible, and it's made with Netflix, so it's gonna look like dog shit. Just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I see all of your worst impulses. Like you had a choice when you made Zodiac and Gone Girl, and then you ended up going, like you had like Which Way, Western Man, and like he chose the worst one. Like like he just like, I feel like doubled down on all of the nihilism, and like, I don't know. It just, I saw The Killer a few years ago. That's not the Chow Yun-Fat movie, but the
I know, yeah.
And like that movie just was fucking so disappointing and bad. I don't know. But so the fact that he's part of now the recycling of Brad Pitt's image, or like whatever, mythologizing, is just, I have no time for that. And this movie is very important.
Yeah. Fight
Club is very important to the Brad Pitt mythos, and that's a bad mythos. Yeah.
There's a bit one of the Only Sunny in Philadelphia actors is talking about getting in shape. He was like, I went to my trainer and I told him Brad Pitt Fight Club. He doesn't say that. He says, I went to my trainer, and my trainer says, I have only one rule. And he goes, what's that? And he says, no Brad Pitt Fight Club. And like, he's like, but that's exactly what I wanted. Like, he's like, yeah, everybody wants Brad Pitt Fight Club. That's what they come to me for. You're not going to look like Brad Pitt in Fight Club. Like, it's just not going to happen.
I heard that, interestingly enough, from a completely, like, in a different context, from like a plastic surgeon. Not like a plastic surgeon told me, but like an essay from a plastic surgeon a long time ago, and it stuck with me as like a, that like that scene, that like picture of him, it's like the Letterboxd cover for Fight Club.
Where he's standing above the dude, shirt off. He's got
the cigarette. It's like, he looks ridiculous. And it's kind of crazy that he's not even, I mean, he looks great, but he's like pretty trim and like svelte compared to nowadays, like movie stars, which is kind of funny. Like he wouldn't even be allowed in the Avengers, like looking like that.
Compare him to, I think this is actually one of the most damning, like, examples of, I don't know what the fuck you want to call it, the weirdness around male bodies in the last 10 years and how it's changed. Yeah. Look at the first Wolverine movie.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And then,
that's always the one.
Like,
how he looks now.
And, like, what they pump him up to now. Yeah. But, like, in like, the very first movies, he looks, like, good, you know? Like,
he just looks like a normal guy.
Like, the HRS is, like, working out and stuff. He looks like... Yeah, I mean, like
a very good,
a buff normal guy. Yeah. Yes, like a very buff normal. It's like there's that like there's like no, I don't know, like watching it, I'm like there's no disconnect. Like when I see him like stick out the claws, I'm like, oh, okay, he's just a guy he's a mutant. I get it, you know. He's like hacking through stuff. I'm like, I get it. Okay, now I'm like, oh, this guy's a fucking freak of nature. Like this is an alien beast that like, okay, he really is a mutant. I get it. Like.
We've talked about this before.
He's like so pumped full of steroids and shit. It's like it's
and
weird.
like super dehydrated, and all this.
Yeah, like veins need to be like popping out just insanely, and like it looks crazy. Yeah,
we talked about this. I don't remember what episode it was, but it was when I was bitching about Wuthering Heights, and how that movie is like part of this like weird like sexualization of like fluids in this like very sterile way. I think we talked about like sheets marketing, like fast food marketing being like, do you remember this?
Oh, yes. Yes. I remember you mentioning that. Yeah.
There's an article
and then you pointed out there was one ad that was super weird.
It was crazy. Yeah, there's like several sheets. Yeah. But sheets is like really, what are you doing, guys? There was an article maybe 5 years ago, I don't remember when, but called Everyone is Beautiful and No One is Horny, I think it is what the title is. Forgive me if you're familiar with this article, but like it's basically about like how everyone is like mega, over the top, looking perfect, and plastic surgery and steroids and all of this stuff, and how it's more about the commodification of bodies than it is about like sexualization at this point. And like I feel like now it's almost become like even more. Like, I think that was in part because of, like, what you're talking about, where, like, before, he had a hairy chest. Like, I know in the original Wolverine, like, depiction, he's, like, got body hair. Does he have body hair as Wolverine now? I don't know. But,
they shave it off now.
It's crazy. So, like, that's what I mean. It's like you have to make it, like, as little like an actual body as possible,
It's... Yeah, well, because, like, a lot of times now they'll have them in, like, the amniotic fluid or whatever, or, like, you know, like, those like res tanks, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The Roshan Z tank.
Yeah, it's the Roshan Z tank. But like it's like oh okay, like of course they got to shave off his chest because like they put the probes on him. But like it's like before they would do literally the exact same thing. They would just like put the things on and he would just like rip them off. Like I mean it's a cool visual effect to see him like ripping the shit off and stuff. But it's like I think the chest hair was a good look. I think they got to go back to that. He had the really hairy arms too. I think they got to go back to that. Like, and it was always, this is a personal, like, little,
that's what this
I guess I like to pick.
Fucking podcast is. It's fine.
Wolverine's, like, brother or cousin or whatever, like, his, like, counterpart was supposed to be more feral, bigger guy, right? Who's, like, more feral and, like, just, like, more of a beastly animal than he is, right? And, like, they fight each other, but, like, they're both immortal, so, like, they kind of just run away and go back, right? It's like, okay, cool. Like, that's kind of their bit. And, like, that kind of faded away as the movies went on, because they're like, well, he can't have, like, he has to have, like, a cast that he can fight against, and, like, can't really be bigger than, like, he's got to be, like, the big guy. Manly, macho guy. Yeah. It's like, okay, you're a big guy. For you. It's like...
For you. I can't believe you just baited me into doing that on the... God. I say that daily, maybe? I do that to Chris probably daily.
I do.
For you. It's just fun to say, because you think it's like, for you. Like, you think he goes kind of crazy with it, but he doesn't. He actually delivers it very, like, monotone, which is even funnier.
Yeah.
Like,
bit subdued, almost, yeah.
Yeah.
For you.
For you.
It'll be very painful. You're a big guy. For you.
It's that line is such nonsense. Okay, since we're talking about this, and we're never gonna watch The Dark Knight Rises, so like we can just talk about this now. Is that that dialogue exchange doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it would be very painful if you took my mask off. But you're a big guy. What are you talking about? Big guys don't feel pain? Like, what are you saying?
You're a big... Yeah. It's a very child's mind thing where it's like, Pete, big guy. He doesn't get hurt. He's a big guy.
It's okay, big guy.
Mask off. Yeah. It's a 5-year-old playing with crowns. Like, you're a big guy. It's like, no, that would hurt me a lot if I took the mask. You're a big guy. You can do it.
Yeah. It's okay, buddy. You're tough. Edward Norton, he's also in Grand Budapest Hotel. He's in Red Dragon, not a movie we've watched, but that is a remake or reinterpretation of the Manhunter story from the Lecter universe. So he plays Will Graham in that. Badly. He doesn't do a good job.
Wow.
But yeah, his
Doesn't do great here either.
No, I don't like him as an actor.
Fine here, I think.
He leans into it. It's just such an unlikable character and archetype that it's like, I don't want to even see this guy on screen. And like the languid narration, I get that that's what the direction probably was, is like, okay, read this all in like this extremely monotone. You want to talk about, what if he did it in the Bane voice? What if he delivered all of that? I am Jack's crusty butthole, or whatever he says. I can't remember.
So I walk into the testicular cancer meeting. So I says to Marla, I says, you can't be here.
Does he say I says? Where did that come from? No. That was just a little Ricky in there. There's a mutant, Rickism, yeah. A mutant Fight Club narrator Bane baby in it. It's scary.
So I says to him, I says, I walks right up to him, I says,
You sound like Kevin Spacey as the photographer in Seven when he's like being like, yeah, I got the pics, man. Okay. Do we have anything else to fucking say about this movie? I think this movie sucks. This is in contention for one of the worst movies I've seen for the show.
Ever?
Not ever.
Oh, okay.
But like definitely like, man, this movie is unlikable, not successful, not very impressive, has aged poorly. All the homoerotic stuff is played for laughs. The male alienation stuff is, again, I'm just going to say it because it makes you laugh. Airball, like complete, like there's
Airball.
Like there's not, like the message about male alienation in this is like so hollow. The horrible wigs, there's really bad wigs all throughout this movie. Marla Singer's fucking hair is so bad. Also, pisses me off. Okay, so his clothes. Let's talk about
we're on it. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into
Let's talk about the clothes. Let's get going. Let's get into it. Let's really get into it.
3-hour episode.
Yeah.
His clothes are so ugly and like,
who did this? Who set these clothes up? Huh?
We got everybody.
We got everybody. We got the people who made the clothes. We got the people who put the clothes on. We got everybody.
I mean, like
they hate us.
It's not necessarily.
They're dressing us like we're fools.
I do think that the clothes are like, the costume design is good in that you get an idea of who these characters are.
Yeah, they got everybody.
Even the archetypes that they're depicting are boring, but like,
yeah, they got
his wardrobe is like hideous, just like complete scummy. Like,
yeah.
If Tyler Durden, I'm not going to say that actually out loud right now. Never mind, not during Pride Month.
If Tyler Durden had everybody.
If Tyler Durden was like around today, he would be dressing like, this is what people in like trendy artsy cities dress like today. Like it's just nonsense, just like red and teal for some reason. Like just like, what are you doing? But then he goes through this whole movie, he's like, he looks dirty. He stinks. Like, that leather has like a fucking patina of sweat on it. It's gross. But then he's got this like perfectly coiffed and gelled hair. Because Brad, this is what I mentioned last week, was that he still is handsome when he shaves his head, and that's how you know he's really handsome, is because he's like, he's able to shave his head and still look good, because not all men can do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes the hair makes the man. But like his hair is like, when he does have the hair, it's like perfectly like fucking gelled into this like, flock of seagulls thing, like messy grunge flock of seagulls. It's embarrassing. It's just, it's I don't know, man. It's obnoxious. Hate the way Marla's dressed.
I gotta get my hair cut, man.
This movie, you do need a fucking haircut.
I gotta get my hairs cut. I gotta get all of them. Yeah.
You need a perm. Will you get a perm with me? Should we get perms together? I know we were trying to get you a Timmy Chalamet perm a while ago, but
what would he do? Would I curl my hair?
Yeah, it would curl.
Is that what a perm is?
Yeah, it would do like a semi-permanent curl in your hair. Broccoli cut.
I'm down for that.
The kids
How long does that last? Whoa, not full broccoli cut.
Well, you don't have to get the cut, but like you could do like a curly deal. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'd be down for that. Yeah.
Actually, no, because I'm going to perm my hair, and like, it would be nice for us to not look alike for a change.
I was going to say, we should do that for the Pitbull concert. That'd be kind of funny.
I can't believe you remember that we're supposed to go see Pitbull. I was like looking at my calendar a few weeks ago, like Ricky's gonna fucking forget this. There's no way we're going to see Pitbull.
I was gonna ask you when it was. It's August. It's like August.
Dog,
14th?
I told you a while ago I was not going to tell you again. That this is your responsibility to remember when we're supposed to go on this concert. So you'll look it up, but and put it in your little calendar, like a good adult who has their life together. But no, I'm going to perm my hair, and it'll be like a test run for you to see what it'll look like when you have permed hair. But no, it lasts like 6 months-ish.
Okay.
This movie ruined Helena Bonham Carter. This is the movie. I mean, she wasn't great before this, but this was the movie that made her like lock into being a Tim Burton joke, and do the same shit for 20 years. Just like completely uninteresting career after this movie. I feel confident saying being really mean about that. Also, the one who broke up, Ken Branagh broke up his own marriage by cheating on Emma Thompson, but he cheated with Helena Bonham Carter, so pretty fucked up. Not a girl's girl, as they say.
Real.
Also, to go from dating Ken Branagh to Tim Burton is like fucking downgrade of the millennium. Like, that is such a crazy step down. Ricky's pulling up his calendar and just like half listening to me, but mostly just putting in the Pitbull concert.
I'm actually 100% just scrolling through our messages trying to, because I see multiple references to Pitbull in August.
Just search
I looked up Pitbull, and it's just us talking about the Pitbull concert, but not like the original.
I'm going to kill you till you die. It's at 8 p.m.
Okay. Thank you, Lane.
I'm going to bleep that so that people don't know where we're going. Not that hey, if you want to meet us at the fucking Pitbull concert, actually, let's just, any watchers at home, square up at the Pitbull concert. Pitbull featuring Lil Jon. Okay, but for real though, do we have anything else to say about Fight Club? Bad costumes. Really. Well, okay costumes, bad acting, annoying, spawned evil people. Spawned the worst kind of person, which is somebody who just quotes movies. This movie's so fucking full of like quotes.
So real.
That people just say
yeah.
all the goddamn time.
Also, it's always like cute little pithy things that almost have meaning, right? It's like they maybe have some super weird context dependent meaning, but like for the most part it's just complete utter inane bullshit.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Say it for everything.
It's like, what are you like that means nothing. That doesn't mean anything outside of the context of Fight Club.
People always say, "Oh, you don't know the first rule of Fight Club, right? Don't talk about Fight Club." It's like, cool. Like, I don't know. It's the ultimate like, oh, like I've seen this movie signifier. It's the like epic bacon, the narwhal bacons at midnight type shit.
Yeah.
I once had somebody ask me, "Hey, when does the narwhal bacon?" I'm like, "At midnight." And he's like, "Oh, so you know?" And I was like, no, but like, what other times are you really going to like ordain to something, right? It's like you got noon and midnight; those are really the only two. Maybe daybreak, like nightfall, but like it's really kind of process of elimination here.
But actually, we should create a phrase that our watchers can use to find each other.
Oh, great! That would be very useful to them in their private lives, I'm sure, for identifying others. Because we got everybody, Lane. All right,
we got everybody.
They go out there. We got everybody.
Next week we're watching The Matrix from 1999, directed by the Wachowski sisters, and also I saw The TV Glow, directed by Jane Schoenbrunn from 2024. Have you seen that movie?
I have not seen The TV Glow.
Okay, cool. Well, double pairing, self-evident, ending with a better movie, hopefully, a better combination of movies than these two. Sorry to those of you at home who had to watch Fight Club, but the good thing is that...
To those of you at home who listen to us.
That too. Yeah, I was actually going to say, sorry to those of you who watch along, and I know that that's 3 people, so I don't actually feel all that bad, so... We got everybody!
Sorry to those of you who have listened, we got everybody! Gags all here!
We got nobody. We don't got anybody.
We got nobody. Some people, they got everybody. We got nobody.
It's not funny.
Thank you for being here for the last 2 hours.
That's so
listening to us
crazy.
lose our fucking minds.
Good thing that I'm unemployed, so it's fine. I could just set it this
An
way.
hour and a half of this was Fight Club, and then us avoiding the Fight Club discussion.
That's true. We were like, let's talk about Dark Knight Rises.
For you.
We got
Lane's like,
everybody.
actually, let me pull up my 12 favorite YouTube videos. I watch these every day.
We got everybody.
We got everybody. That's you pulling up your playlist. You're like, we got everybody.
Oh my god!
You're like putting it on at like a party. You're like, listen, we got everybody. We got. Want to play a little game? We got.
I'm gonna have to cut all these in. Name another one. Can you name a third?
We got dog eating dog food on Mr. Pee-wee's Playhouse. We got everybody right now.
Honestly, during Pride Month, the fact that you would insult gay culture by like mocking the idea of
By
pulling
reading
up
you to filth.
No, by mocking the idea of pulling up YouTube during a party.
Whoa! I'm not mocking. I think that's a rich tradition, and I think both the gay community and straight community can
be
revel
aligned.
in the fact that sharing a video with your friends that they don't laugh at is the most hellish experience that anyone could go through.
So we got the gay community and the straight community. So are you saying we got everybody?
We got everybody. We got everybody. That's the thing.
I'm cutting this. This is so obnoxious. This is
I
the
think
worst
you should
ending.
cut.
This is the worst ending to an episode we've ever had. Maybe ever. It was better when we just like ended with you singing badly. Like,
that was last episode. That's been every last episode for the last year. Michael Clayton. Michael Clayton.